y'all, man? Your boy, that's his flight, man. By the right to Wandavision episode 9. Post credit scene, man. Gonna do top 10, man. Post credit scene that you know what I'm saying. And yeah, Easter eggs. So yeah, leave a like, man. So my channel, hit the bell for new, man. If songs in the question, let me know in the comments. But yeah, you better add to it, man. Wandavision episode 9. And let me know what y'all think for episode 9, man. Let me know what y'all think. The last show. Let me know what y'all think. It was good. It was trash. It was like wasn't unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me know in the comments. You feel me? Hey, let me know. But yeah, better right to it, man. Top 10 post credit scenes, man, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, 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 whoa. But I'll get it. I'm saying, where Darcy at? Cause he was just in that truck. You know what I mean? Like that's what everybody was wondering. Like that was a question mark. Like he said the same thing. Where Darcy at? Like the fuck? Where she been at the whole time? Like only she been inside that one scene. Crashed his ass, man, and she vanished. You know what I'm saying? She went adios. You feel me? No cat.
A WandaVision post-credit scene for Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel 2, and all the other Nick Fury stuff that they were setting up. So we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I'll be doing Falcon and Winter Soldier episodes starting next, and then we'll get the Loki episodes. So I'll be doing videos for all that stuff this year. So careful for spoilers for everything that happened on WandaVision if you have not seen the episodes yet. So I'll just start at the beginning of this, also explain some of the deleted storylines. We just learned about a bunch of stuff that they had to cut from the
deleted the story. I kind of feel that I kind of noticed they delete some shit. You know what I'm saying? They always do that with every show. Not with Marvel, just any show you watch. Yeah, they are gonna leak something. You feel me, man? Because it might not be. I don't know. I don't know why they leaked it. Let me know kind of why they leaked the storylines and shit. Let me know.
Series. So if it felt like they were missing things, or there were hanging plot threads, or if there was too much stuff that they didn't explain during the last couple of episodes, it's for a very good reason. It's because they deleted a lot of footage that they shot. But we start with Monica Rambeau saying goodbye to Scarlet.
You can notice
though. She flies off with the Darkhold to head to the Wundagore Mountains to learn what it says about her, the prophecy that she's supposed to destroy.
I ain't know, but I
noticed
it like that when they said.
I've already done a video about that, so I'll link it at the end of this.
Some shit don't be
sounding looking right.
But
remember that at this point, when she's saying goodbye to Monica Rambeau, she doesn't know about Billy and Tommy yet. That doesn't happen till the time jump later when she's actually studying the Darkhold. But then Monica walks over to congratulate Jimmy Woo on taking control of the cleanup effort in town with the FBI. There was actually a writer on Twitter, after I think it was episode 5 had aired a couple weeks ago, who said that Marvel had actually invited him to pitch a Jimmy Woo Marvel spin-off series for Disney Plus, like Agents of Atlas or something like that. Like,
that'd be dope. That'd be dope though. He needs his own series though. That'd be dope. Cause he's funny as hell though. So that'd be dope. He have his own show though. Okay.
Make it X-Files in the MCU with Jimmy Woo and Darcy doing the Mulder and Scully thing, just investigating similar types of events as Wanda and the Hex in the MCU. No idea if that'll wind up happening, but it's just a good example of Marvel recognizing how popular characters come up that they didn't expect to be popular, and like, okay, if people like this, we'll give them more of this character. Kevin Feige didn't specifically say what their plans were for Jimmy after WandaVision, but I'm also assuming that he'll cameo again during Ant-Man 3 Quantumania, because he's from the San Francisco area to begin with, so he has a connection with those characters. But on top of that, everyone loved his character so much, he became such a big thing during the run of the show, that 100% for sure, I'm expecting we're going to see a bunch of him in the next several years popping up all over the place. Early prediction, even if that Jimmy Woo spin-off series doesn't wind up happening, he'll still become like the new version of Coulson, like a Coulson-type character who just shows up all the time in weird places throughout the movies and Disney Plus series. Just adding some connective tissue, linking things together, providing some more continuity, and each time he shows up, he's just a little bit better at close-up magic, until he's able to pull off some really badass save or a takedown in some future movie. I don't know if he's supposed to show up in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, but a big part of that movie also takes place in the San Francisco area where the events of Ant-Man and the Wasp took place, so Jimmy Woo would also be nearby. It's pretty easy to explain his presence and why he could show up in that movie. Probably not going to get a trailer for that till the Black Widow movie comes out, but I'll do separate videos about the movies when they give us updates about that. But then they explain what happened to Darcy after she took down Tyler Hayward and just laugh about him getting carted off in handcuffs. No idea if we're going to see Tyler Hayward again. I don't know if they plan on bringing that character back. Anybody who's not dead and locked up in prison could always come back. As part of all the deleted scenes, we actually found out that there was a big storyline and a lot more stuff with Sword in the real world, scenes that they had to get rid of just because they didn't have time to finish them. So as with a lot of things this year...
You telling me it wasn't finished yet? You telling me that wasn't finished yet? What? What? It wasn't finished with the movie, the show yet? They had, what, 3 years or 2? What are you telling me, man? I understand, though. There's a lot, though. But like, damn, folks.
Here, just blame the virus and the slowdown for them having...
True that. Like I said, like, yeah, true that when I see my other video. True that's where everybody stopped, reduction that last year, 2020. That's true. No, I'm going to give him that, you know what I'm saying? That's true.
Get rid of a lot of that stuff. So it sounds like he was a much more interesting character before they had to get rid of those scenes. But if you're wondering why Darcy only had that one short scene in the finale and didn't come back after that, it's because she was part of this alternate storyline involving Evan Peters, Senior Scratchy, the Darkhold, and Monica Rambeau that they just had to get rid of, like a really big action.
Hey, because it's supposed to be a rabbit, you know what I'm saying? Supposed to be in that scene too. Scratch, like you said, Scratchy. Probably a lot of people in that scene, like a lot of villains in that scene. That last one, you know what I mean? But like you said, they a lot of scenes, and we noticed it too, because it was like, a lot of people was like, man, this, the ending wasn't, you know, well, the ending wasn't like we thought it was. You feel me? I said the same shit too, but it was good in my opinion, though. But it still was like question marks, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with the last scene, episode 9, though. So it's like, yeah.
That they didn't have time to finish the special effects for. I'll include that when I do my deleted scenes video later this week. But just for reference, it doesn't involve Quicksilver really being Quicksilver.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That Ralph character. I'll explain that during the video later this week.
Yeah, I've always
But if you're wondering, that also explains why it felt like Monica Rambeau didn't do a whole lot during the finale, just because most of those were deleted scenes. But then another FBI agent walks in and tells Monica Rambeau that they want to debrief her in the movie theater, and the marquee reads, "The Tannhauser Gate put the fun in dysfunction." That's mostly a reference to the Blade Runner movie. It's a line quoted by Ralph Batty, the replicant Deckard is hunting down, talking about all the wondrous adventures he's had in outer space, things that he saw during his lifespan that will be lost. The way they're using it in the episode, in the context of the episode, Monica Rambeau walking into the theater with that above, is mostly a reference to the future adventures that she's going to have in outer space with Nick Fury, and then in the Captain Marvel 2 movie.
Yeah, like I said.
I also think that they have more planned for her character based on the way the rest of that scene plays out too. So as she walks into the theater, the agent reveals herself as a Skrull who's working with Nick Fury, an old friend of her mother's, heard she was grounded and wants to meet her in space, as she points up. Even if you don't remember the plot of all the Marvel movies, I feel like everybody knew that that was Nick Fury. Her being grounded
I was
back
like,
to
Nick
episode
Fury,
4 when she was blipped back, and Tyler Hayward
Good.
claimed that her mother had a special protocol for grounding Sword astronauts who were blipped back after the snap in Avengers Infinity War. Now, it's possible that that could have been a lie, since Tyler Hayward seems like he lied about almost everything during the series. Almost everything. He was telling the truth about the reason Sword pivoted to developing sentient weapons. Like I said, there were a lot of deleted scenes for the Sword stuff taking place while the Hex stuff was going on that provided more context for what Sword was doing and what other stuff had been happening for the past 5 years that they just had to get rid of because of the virus slowdown. But here's the thing about that moment where she tells Monica that she's going up to Nick Fury's space station to meet him. You have to remember that the events of WandaVision take place 3 weeks after Avengers Endgame, pretty close, also around the same time span when Falcon and Winter Soldier take place. So all the stuff with Falcon and Winter Soldier is happening almost at the same time that all the stuff with WandaVision is happening. I'll talk about that more when we get to the Falcon and Winter Soldier episodes in a couple weeks. That's starting literally next week. But WandaVision takes place 3 weeks after Avengers Endgame. The events of Spider-Man Far From Home, where we last saw that space station with Nick Fury, that's 8 months after Avengers Endgame. So when we saw Nick Fury getting the message from Talos, he's probably already had that meeting with Monica Rambeau. And here's another important detail. There's going to be the Nick Fury Avengers Secret Invasion Disney Plus series next year. That will take place probably before the events of the Captain Marvel 2 movie. So while we know that Monica Rambeau and Nick Fury are going to come back in Captain Marvel 2, I also think that the stuff he wanted to talk to her about ungrounding her, involves some of the plot of the Secret Invasion series. Now, the way that Kevin Feige pitched that series last year, Talos and Nick Fury are the two main characters, and they're playing it more like the American series on FX, like more of the political intrigue and paranoia aspects of the Secret Invasion comic book storyline. So they're not going to be doing the full-blown every single Avengers character as a Skrull like they did in the comics. It won't be quite as crazy as the comic book storyline, the same way that they adapted the House of M storyline for WandaVision, but only did some of the aspects of that story and some of the Easter eggs. So Monica Rambeau might also show up during Secret Invasion. I don't know if she's meant to be a big character during that, but I'm just expecting maybe some light Easter eggs to provide some more continuity, because so much of that is tied to Captain Marvel too. But talking about her powers and her future as the Photon character, they showed you a little more of her abilities during the finale with her phasing those bullets.
Yeah, that was raw.
I did a huge video for Monica Rambeau and her powers, so I'll put a link for that in the description. But what's happening here is her body is basically made of light, so she can phase stuff just like Vision phases stuff, even though she's doing it in a slightly different way. But she can also manipulate and replicate all forms of energy. So she's also absorbing the kinetic energy of the bullets, which is why they slow down like that when they're phasing through her body. She can also do that with any kind of energy, but in order to do it, she has to be able to understand how new forms of energy work, which just takes a lot of time and practice, which is why she can't just do it on the spot. For example, given enough time, she could also probably manipulate Wanda's chaos magic energy if she could understand it. Now that's crazy complex. Like, she could also manipulate Infinity Stone energy given enough time. That's why she's one of the most powerful characters in the MCU. So but it just depends on
who. So WandaVision and her now. No, it's not. Is she on a team? Well, we don't know yet, but so far though, it's Wanda and her. You know what I'm saying? Rambeau, that's powerful, and you know, in the MCU, you know what I'm saying? So far, the powerful. You feel me, man? Ain't you feel me? It's powerful. So yeah.
Writing her and how they write the character. She can also turn into pure light and then fly at the speed of light, but those are all god tier abilities that they'll probably save for some of the movies and future sequels, wherever they want the character to show up. So it's not like they introduce the character and then 5 seconds later she goes god tier.
Nah, they gotta like
right now.
Take
she
time.
just needs to learn how to use them.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Thor and Thor Ragnarok. Like, he was always that powerful. He just needed to learn how his powers worked in a more fundamental way. So when she comes back in Captain Marvel 2, she'll probably get a full-blown Photon comic book costume and learn a couple new powers from the comics. And I say she'll probably go with the Photon name, even though she's had many comic book names. Like, she's the original female version of Captain Marvel in the comics. She was Captain Marvel before Carol Danvers became Captain Marvel. But she'll probably go with the Photon name just because her mother's call sign in the Air Force was Photon. As for the drama that they tease that she has going on with Captain Marvel, the character, back in episode 5, I think that probably just has something to do with her not being around when she was growing up, or not coming back to help her mother when she died. But they probably will wait to the events of the Captain Marvel 2 movie to address what's going on with that. They'll have some big beef that they'll work out during the movie. Hopefully they'll trade some blows, because now Monica can be just as powerful as Captain Marvel. It just depends on how they write the characters.
Captain Marvel
like I
too.
said, technically Monica Rambeau should be more powerful in the comics, but they might not necessarily go that direction for the movies. But if you spotted any other big Easter eggs during that Monica Rambeau post-credit scene that I didn't talk about during the video, just write them below in the comments. And what'll happen later this week is I'll do the video for the WandaVision alternate ending and deleted scenes, and there's a bunch of new Falcon and Winter Soldier trailers that I'll do videos for, and new Justice League Snyder Cut trailers. So in addition to Falcon and Winter Soldier episodes, there is a bunch of big stuff happening in the next couple of weeks. Make sure you have alerts enabled.
It was WandaVision episode 9, man. Rambeau post-credit scene breakdown, man. You know, pretty much, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in the breakdown, Easter eggs, you know what I'm saying? Because I was confused too, just like y'all, you know what I'm saying? People was like, I ain't know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Like, the end scene was cool though, but I could tell like they deleted some scenes. Then what happened last year, you know, that's what happened. You feel me, man? Hey, that's what happened. But yeah, man, now we know what's going on. I know y'all know what's going on. I know what's going on, but I was like, I need some more, you know what I'm saying, more answers, you feel me, man? So, you know, but yeah, that was episode 9, man, finale. Let me know what y'all think about the video, man. And, yeah, and now we got Captain Falcon, you know what I'm saying? Captain Falcon coming next week. So yeah, about right to that. Not right at, but I say right to that. I'm about to watch that. Yeah, I say right to that. I'm about to watch it. You know what I'm saying, though, man. But yeah, leave a like, man. So my channel, hit the bell if you're new, and let me know what y'all think about episode 9. Though it was full, it was good. Like, let me know in the comments. Let your nigga know in the comments. But yeah, I'm out, y'all. Peace.